Right, it looks very interesting in the clip we saw. I mean, you guys have studio over there as well,
Yes.
where I think one of the broadcasting station
Yeah.
does their weather forecast
Yeah,
over there,
okay, yeah.
right?
So actually in this, what you call is operation center, because in this operation center, it consists about the monitoring of the weather, issuing the severe weather warning, as well as monitoring the earthquake activities, issuing the tsunami warning if there is any tsunami. So this office, this multi-hazard early warning center is operating 24/7.
Okay.
So day and night, there is
Someone will be monitoring
yes,
it.
there's about 10 people every shift. They are working 12-hour shifts from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening.
Right.
So they're changing shifts. So their responsibility is to monitor all this weather and tsunami as well
Right.
as earthquake activities throughout Malaysia. So if there is any bad weather is coming, so this center will issue the bad weather warning. So where is a heavy rainfall warning or sea warning?
Right.
If there is earthquake activities occur around the country or outside the country, they will issue the information about the earthquake activities, what is the magnitude, the location, the
Right.
depth, whether is any tsunami generated or not. This information will be provided by this center.
Right, and let's go back to 2007 before the system was ramped up, especially for tsunami.
Yeah.
So back then, when we detect tsunami, was it not as fast as we have it right now?
Yes, because prior to the 2004 tsunami in Aceh, so we don't have any proper tsunami center in Malaysia.
I see.
So after that, we have to set up our tsunami early warning center in Malaysia. The department is responsible to taking care of this one. Is developing all the center is a Malaysian medical department, which is Med Malaysia, and we have to progress from that on until now. We have to set up more siren,
Right.
more coastal camera.
Right.
We have to put up more seismic network to monitor all these activities. All right. Even we have to put up tsunami buoys
Right.
over our oceans.
How fast can we get, if a warning or a seismic, movement occurred? How fast can we get?
The information itself is within 10 minutes we can produce it.
Okay.
Even we can upload into our website within
Right.
10 minutes.
Right.
The information itself.
Right.
But for the tsunami, you have to monitor a lot of different instruments. We have to look into our tide gauge. We have to see what is happening over the coast area. So that's why we have a coastal camera.
Right.
So this camera is pointing to the coast, because from the past experience, when there is tsunami, there's a receding in sea level.
Yes.
So that is a basis for us to put up a coastal camera.
I see.
Yeah.
And does the department work together probably with the Navy, in terms of giving warning to the fishermen and whoever is on the sea?
Yeah, we disseminate all the warnings
All right.
in different type of mediums. We are using our website. We are using our studio. There's a main purpose of studio is to disseminate the warning beside the weather forecasting. We also use what we call social media. We have a Twitter, Facebook,
Right.
and in the future, I think in this WMD itself, our minister went to launch the what we call mobile applications,
Okay.
where we can distribute all the
Information
information very fast to the public
Right.
using a mobile phone.
Okay, and talking about the controlled station, okay, we know that the Met department in KL is the HQ. So
Yeah.
how many do you have around Malaysia plus Sabah and Sarawak?
Actually, we have every state they have what we call a meteorological office.
Okay,
So this state meteorological office will liaise with the
Monitor.
central headquarters. So any information is related to the state, we will let the state director know.
okay,
So all what type of information that they need to distribute to the public.
right,
Let's say, for example, there's a heavy rain over this state. So
Okay.
we just issue the heavy rain warning,
Okay.
and then fax it to the state
Right.
office, and also let the director know.
right.
Okay.
And let's talk about the system that we have in Met Malaysia. Are we we have the most updated system so far, or are we still trailing with the developed countries?
So we are having the most sophisticated instruments, or like a radar. So we have a 12 radar throughout the country.
Okay.
So we have two satellite receiving ground station that we can receive the satellite image from the three satellite. Two from a geostationary satellite, and one is from the polar orbiting satellite.
Right.
So we also have a number of automatic weather station. So at the moment we have 140 automatic weather station.
Okay.
So we also have about 44 principal station.
Right.
Principal station mean that station manned by our staff. The automatic weather station is we just create the land.
Okay.
Set up the space anywhere over the maybe the forest or any place.
Okay.
So we just put our instrument there.
Right.
We fence up, and then the automatic weather station will read all the information and send to our headquarters.
Right. And what kind of information that you're looking for? Weather, probably.
So
rain.
The information is like rain amount, rain intensity, the wind speed, wind direction, the temperature, the relative humidity. That is for the automatic weather station.
Right.
For the principal station, they can even measure the visibility, the cloud amount.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The weather.
Okay.
So all this can be monitored by this principal station.
Now, you've been in the department for 20 over years. I think you've seen changes in our weather. Is it drastic now? The numbers are, drastic and dwindling up and down?
The weather in Malaysia is consistently, we have season.
Okay.
So from the first I joined department, I know there's already 3 main season in Malaysia.
Okay.
So one is what we call is northeast monsoon season. There's a rainy season that is from November until March.
Okay.
And then we have a southwest monsoon season, which is dry season, relatively dry from other season, which is from May until September.
Okay.
And for the month of July and from the month of April and also October, we have 2 inter monsoon season.
Okay.
So once you join the department, you know that this season, what is the characteristic of the weather given by this season. For the northeast monsoon season, we know it's going to be flat over the east coast state of Peninsula, Sabah and Sarawak, from November until March. November until February is most likely Kelantan, Terengganu will have more rain.
Right.
And from December, January, Pahang and Johor, and also part of Sarawak. And February, March is another part of Sarawak and also Sabah. So this is the propagation of the monsoon.
Right.
So if you follow the monsoon year by year, you really know that November, December is most likely Kelantan, Terengganu will get more rain.
Okay.
After they shifted to Pahang, Johor, Sabah, Sarawak and Sabah.
Right.
So this is what we study. The propagation of the monsoon is normal every year.
Okay. But besides that, we were talking about greenhouse gases. Do you see the effect of greenhouse gases towards our climate?
So greenhouse gases actually will affect the whole world.
Yes.
Not only Malaysia.
Right.
So greenhouse gases is produced mainly from the smoke from the factory, even from the
open
vehicles,
burning,
open burning from the forest. So these are the main source of the greenhouse gases.
Okay.
So greenhouse gases, this one will be warming the atmosphere.
Right.
So that's why when the whole atmosphere of the earth is warm, we call it the global warming.
Right.
It's from the 100 years, the past 100 years, past 50 years, you can see the trend is increasing.
But do we see it here in Malaysia?
Yes.
Do we see it getting worse?
Even in Malaysia also, we see the trend of the temperature is rising.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not drastic.
Okay.
10 years, maybe 1 degree, 2 degree.
Right.
Yeah, it's not drastic.
Right.
So for us, it's not really a worry, because one thing is we in the tropic. Is compared to other country in over the northern or southern hemisphere. Normally the tropic region is not really much influenced by the what we call is global warming.
Okay.
Because we are a lot of moisture, plenty of moisture.
Right.
We are surrounded by the South China Sea to the east. Also to the west is we have a Strait of Malacca. We have plenty of moisture coming in.
Right.
We are in the tropical region where we have plenty of rain. So we are not feel very much about what you call it, global warming.
Right. Because why I'm asking this question, because I don't know, I think people remember what happened last year. We had really dry spell, and we had to have water, what do you call that? Water had to be given rationing, and that was really bad. And most people, I think everyone says this is the effect of the global warming. Do you agree with that?
It's not only happened last year.
Okay.
Been many years or so we are
Right.
facing the same problem. But what I can say at the moment is that we have plenty of rain.
Okay.
But the problem maybe whether we can manage the rain or not,
Okay.
that's another problem.
Okay.
But if you ask me whether we enough rain, yes, we enough rain. Throughout the year we have number of rain. Even today, last few days we have plenty of rain.
Plenty.
Plenty
Yes.
of rain. So the problem now is how we manage the rain.
Right.
So if you compare with the country like the Korea, South Korea, they have certain month they have rainfall, September, August, but there are no problem with the water provided to the public. So
Right.
they can enough water the whole year.
But was it a concern for the Met Department like last year where we had really dry spell and then towards the end of the year we had so much water, it was a massive flooding, I mean especially to what do you call it, the East Coast.
Yeah.
Was it a concern for the department?
Actually, you asking about concerns about
Because of the
global
weather.
warming?
Yeah, I mean the weather was extremely dry at the beginning of the year,
Yes.
and extremely wet towards the end of the year. Was it
That
a
is-
concern?
That is normal in Malaysia,
Right.
because even now also last few months we can see it's quite dry over northern peninsula, but it's quite wet over certain places like Sabah and Sarawak at the same month. But that is normal weather pattern in Malaysia
Right.
throughout the year. So there's certain month we have dry weather, certain month we have so many rains.
Right.
So that is normal.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think what we can do, I mean, I think this is what the Met Department does is with the data that you have.
Yes.
So you can actually predict what's going to happen, like what they mentioned that throughout this month until May, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be dry spell, right? So probably people should be rationing their water, keep some water. Is that it?
Okay. From previous record, we can see that this season, what you call is until May, is considered what you call southwest monsoon. But before the southwest monsoon start, the April itself is already intermonsoon.
Okay.
So during intermonsoon, we have plenty of rain over west coast state of Peninsular Malaysia, because during the intermonsoon there's a quite frequent thunderstorm occurring,
Yes.
especially over
But I think we can
afternoon.
see it right now.
You can see it now. So there's no question of whether we have a very extreme weather or not. Because
Okay.
once a while we have dry, but after that we have rain. After that we have dry again, because southwest monsoon season will start by May
Okay.
and then will last until September.
Oh,
So
okay.
because the wind pattern is changing.
Right.
So
Okay.
the wind is coming from the southwesterly. So this type of wind is quite dry.
Okay.
All right.
So, what does the Met Department predict that for this year? Is it going to be as dry as last year, or not as bad?
So for the predictions of long-term prediction, we still predict it's normal.
Okay.
Normal means there's about a difference in about 20 plus minus 20% from its normal value
Right.
in terms of rainfall.
Okay.
So within this range, we consider normal.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. We'll have to go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on Meteorological Day right here on Hello Malaysia.
My precious little Nita, why did you leave me? How hard I try, my pain does not go away. My child has become a victim because of me.
Pakcik, boleh saya tolong?
We cannot change the past, but we can protect our future if we act now.
Menongkah batasan masa, mengupas isu semasa, menjadi saluran pelbagai suara, segalanya baru dan benar di Berita Bernama TV.
visuals. Everything right and now on Bernama News.
And welcome back to Hello Malaysia with me and Ambun Dindang, the Meteorological Officer from Met Department. And we're here talking about World Meteorological Day with the theme Climate Knowledge for Climate Action. But before we go for the theme, we haven't finished about what does the department, because people may think that Met Malaysia, they only give out the temperature, whether it's going to rain, whether it's going to be a hot day today, but there's more for the department. And I know you mentioned earlier there's tsunami warning, and there's cloud seeding, if I'm not mistaken, which people may mistaken it, other departments would do it, but it's actually under Met Malaysia.
Yeah. So one of our duty is also the cloud seeding operations.
When will the cloud seeding be done, and for what purpose? Okay,
there are three objectives when you need to carry out a cloud seeding operation. The first one is, of course, during the severe haze condition.
Right.
It's under the Directive 20, when the air pollution index is above the unhealthy level, and above for 3 consecutive days. So we have to do a cloud seeding operation.
Right.
That is to reduce the effect of the haze. The second one is for the increase the water level at the dams. Either is for the electricity or the water consumption. So there's another objective. So, and the last objective is to carry it out for the agriculture purpose, like the pomada, kada. So this one is upon their request. Their request from our department. So you have to study the environment, whether it's suitable or not. If it's suitable, we have to go out and carry out the cloud seeding.
And they said cloud seeding is very expensive for one-time thing. How much, if you don't mind, how much does it cost?
So the actual cost is depend.
Okay.
It's all depend on what type of a crop that we are using.
Okay.
What type of seeding that we are going to use.
Okay.
Because there are two types of cloud seeding operation. So one is we call this dry seeding, and the other one is a wet seeding.
Okay. What is dry seeding?
The dry seeding, we use a hygroscopic flare.
Okay.
So we attach the hygroscopic flare at the wings of the aircraft. That's why I said the type of aircraft will be different.
Okay.
So we attach the hygroscopic flare at the wing of the aircraft. So, and then after we attach the flare is about this size. It's quite long.
Okay.
So we attach it. So about 24 units for every operation. So we fly into the cloud. We burn it inside the cloud. So there's the dry seeding operations.
Burn it inside the cloud. Okay. The other one is wet.
The other one is wet seeding. What is wet seeding is all about is that we use the a stable salt solution. The normal salts that we eat. We take,
the salt.
Yeah, the normal salt.
Okay.
But we have to make it with water.
Mix it with water.
We have to mix it with water. About 1,000 liter water, we need about 70 kilogram of salt.
Oh, okay.
So we have to stir it until it dissolve, and then we have to carry it by tanks.
Okay.
So we have to have put inside the tanks.
Right.
Normally, if we use the aircraft from TUDMs, so these are Charlie C-13, they can carry 4 tanks at one time.
Right.
So we have to upload all the tanks, and then we have to carry what we call booms, the pipes. This pipe is very special, so that we can spray the size of this solution is about less than 10 microns.
Right.
So this is very specially designed by our department.
Really?
So once it's inside the cloud, we have to open the back door of the aircraft when they spray the solution inside the cloud. So this even there's two different type of seeding, but the concept are different, are the same.
About the same, yeah.
So once we inject this solution into the cloud, this solution is act as a cloud condensation nuclei.
Right.
So this solution will be attract all the moisture around it, so it become a raindrop.
Right.
When it's grow bigger and bigger, it's become raindrop and fall.
Right.
Yeah, this is the concept.
And I remember last year when we had that really dry spell, and they kept saying, why aren't they seeding the cloud? And some people say there's no cloud to seed. Is that true?
Yes. In order the cloud seeding operation to be success, so we need to study the environment. We need to look into the wind pattern, whether it's suitable or not, and also we have to look into the cloud availability. So the cloud the minimum requirement at least a cumulus cloud.
Okay.
Cumulus cloud.
Nimbus,
If it's
okay.
storing cumulus, it's already good.
Okay.
If it's a cumulonimbus cloud, I think no need to sit. It's already rain.
It's raining.
So we must look into the cloud.
Okay.
That's why our expertise is that because we have the radar.
Okay.
So from the radar image, before we fly, we can check where is the cloud. So when they detect the cloud is there,
Right.
we have to go fly and chase the cloud, do the
Chase
seeding.
the cloud. Okay,
Chase
I like the
cloud.
word chase the cloud. Okay.
All right. So that is for the haze dispersion.
Uh-huh.
So you minimize the impact of the haze. So we can do that.
Okay.
But for the increase the water level, so we have to study the wind pattern.
Right, where the cloud goes.
If the catchment is here,
Right.
the cloud is here, and the wind direction come to the direction,
Yeah,
it's
it
no
doesn't-
point.
right.
Because even
doesn't
though it's
go to
successful,
the
it's not
water
going to increase the water at the catchment area.
Right, right.
So you have to study where's the location of the cloud, what's the
Okay.
wind direction,
Uh-huh.
whether it's going into the dam or to the catchment or not. So
Right.
that's the expertise of the meteorology officer is there.
Okay.
So we study the pattern, all these things, and then if there's a cloud is there suitable, we go and fly.
Right. And how soon would we get rain once we start seeding?
That is about 30 minutes to 1 hour. It
Really?
depends. That's why it
Okay.
depends on the type
I
of
see.
cloud.
Okay.
If the cloud is already big enough, so
Uh-huh.
you just inject a few droplet there. It's very fast. Maybe less than 30 minutes will be raining.
Okay.
If the cloud is quite small,
Right.
so you need time to grow. So
Okay.
this thing, I mean, the solution need time to become a raindrop.
I see. So at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And like last year when we had the haze
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have the cloud, so what will be the other choice that we can do to minimize the haze?
No, it's for the departments.
Ah.
We only can do is cloud seeding,
That's
just
it.
to minimize the cost of the impact of the haze.
Right.
If there's a suitable atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
suitable cloud, so we can do the seeding.
How many seedings did the department do last year?
Last year I can't remember exactly,
Mm-hmm.
but I did participate about 2 months, October,
Right.
September.
Right.
It's quite a number of seeding
Right.
also.
It's not on daily basis, yeah?
Not on daily basis. That's why I
Right.
said we have to study the environments, the suitable conditions. Even though there's a suitable condition, but no cloud, so you cannot do the
There's
seeding.
nothing we can do
Yeah.
about it. And okay, and you mentioned there's another service that you do at the airports, which is
Yes, which is provide the flight documentation.
okay.
I think this one not many people know.
Okay.
Because they know that they knew that there is our office located in every airport,
Right.
but they didn't know that we are the department
The
responsible
provide
to provide
the
the,
data.
the flight documentation.
Right. And what is flight documentation?
So what is a flight documentation?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, flight documentation is just the data that we supply to the pilots
Okay.
or the the aircraft operator.
Mm-hmm.
So inside this documentation, we attach the what we call a TAFO.
okay.
TAFO is a terminal aerodrome forecast.
All right.
Let's say the aircraft want to fly from Kuala Lumpur Airport to Narita, Japan.
Okay.
So we provide the
Data.
aircraft, the pilot with the data at the Kuala Lumpur,
Uh-huh.
and also the
Throughout the
aircraft
journey.
throughout the journey in Bangkok, maybe Vietnam,
Yes.
Hong Kong, China,
Up to Tokyo.
Taiwan,
Right.
up to Japan.
Right.
So in case they want to divert their route or want to land in anywhere in these places
Right.
along their route, they have the data already.
I see.
That we call the terminal aerodrome forecast.
Right.
And also we provide them the wind speed and wind direction at
Ah.
every level they fly.
Okay.
So we provide them normally 4 levels.
Okay, which is
from
which are?
from 20 and above, 20,000 feet and above,
Yes.
until 41,000 feet.
Right.
So even higher than that. So we provide them the wind direction and wind speed along their path,
Right.
going to that direction.
Right.
So this information is very useful. Either they are they're facing the headwind, or what you call it, whether their cruising level is headwind
Right,
or
or
tailwind.
tailwind, yeah.
So how is the speed of wind, whether it's headwind or tailwind.
Right.
We also provide them the temperature at every level. When
Okay.
they fly, they know that this look like the temperature is going to be like this, like this.
Okay.
All right. And also we provide them what we call a significant weather chart.
Okay.
This is just the drawing and the sketch draw of the significant weather during the flight level.
Okay.
So we provide them with what we call the jet stream,
Uh-huh.
where it's an area of very strong wind. So when they pass to this area, they know they're going to experience
Turbulence.
a little bit turbulent because of the jet stream.
Right.
So we get them the what we call icing. There's of course temperature is very cold there.
Right.
So area there is icing. So we also provide them the turbulent clear air turbulent kit.
Okay.
So this patches of area, there's a likely clear air turbulence there.
I see.
We provide, if there's any tropical cyclone or tropical storm, we provide the location of the tropical storm,
Right.
movement, everything.
Right.
So this is just for their preparation. Before they fly, they have to study their route, what the expected weather
So
is
this
like.
this will be given to the pilots before they start the flight.
Yes.
So they can actually, they know whether or not they're going to have turbulence and what
Yes.
they will do.
Yes, even in our Kuala Lumpur International Airport, we have what they call it ABT, Aviation Briefing Terminals.
Okay.
So this terminal is just connect our office with the operator.
Okay.
So they can log into this website, not intranet. All the information is there.
Okay.
So just extract whatever information they want.
Right. Would they be updated
Yes,
by
of course.
hours or by minute?
Yes.
Okay, right. So basically, that's another service that's provided by MAP Malaysia.
Yeah.
So probably now you can elaborate a little bit on the tsunami warning that we have along the coastal area.
Yeah, tsunami is the new thing in Malaysia. But after the tsunami 2004, so we have developed quite well in terms of our tsunami center itself, and as well as our what you call is sirens and also seismic network in Malaysia. So we have increasing the instruments to monitor the earthquake activities.
Right.
We're putting more sirens over coastal area, which is more prone for the tsunami, like Langkawi, Kedah, Pulau Pinang, from this side, and also Sabah, because these two areas are considered prone in Malaysia.
Areas.
So we put more instrument on this
Right.
coastal line.
But you have it along the way,
Yes.
along other coastal areas
Yes,
as well.
yes, yeah.
Okay, right. And we have to go for another short break. And when we come back, we'll talk more on this matter right here on Hello Malaysia.
Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Sama-sama.
Satu cerita, satu bangsa, satu Malaysia.
And welcome back to Hello Malaysia with me, Sue and Ambon from MAT Malaysia. And we're talking about World Meteorological Day. And before we went for a break, we were talking about services that provided by the MAT Malaysia department. And there's another service that, according to my colleague, that MAT Malaysia people are very proud of. It's called Global Station Probably you can explain what is it all about.
Yeah, this is about the global atmospheric watch station. So in Malaysia, we have three global atmospheric watch. It's GAU. We call it GAU station. Okay. So one is located at Danum Valley in Sabah.
Okay.
So another one is Cameron Highland in Pahang, and the other one is Petaling Jaya.
Oh, okay.
So we have three GAU stations. So this station is mainly for the what it calls aerosol monitoring.
Okay.
So they study ozone, the content of aerosol. That's why they choose one in the most remote place.
Okay.
Danum Valley is the best place because it's not yet polluted.
Polluted,
It's
yeah.
very far inside the jungle. So we can get the sample and compare to one is located in the urban areas like Petaling Jaya.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a very polluted one.
No, very polluted, yes.
So we have the comparison between the remote and the urban.
Okay.
So all this data is very useful if you want to study what is the
About the environment.
of Malaysia.
Okay.
So that's the reason that why we put up this station in Malaysia.
Right, and based on that, based on the data that you have, what can you conclude about Malaysia's environment?
So in terms of the quality of the environment, of course you can say this Danam Valley is very clean in air.
Obviously.
So the data from that one is compared to the Petaling Jaya is much different.
Right.
But I don't know the exact what is the content of this aerosol.
Right.
But what they study is about the like a PM10 in Petaling Jaya. So they have a lot of aerosol like chlorofluorocarbons. So the
And why is
ozones.
it the other one is in Cameron Highlands?
Cameron Highland also one of the remote stations, but not as remote as Danum Valley.
I see.
So this between remote, the most remote, the less remote, and
so
urban.
the cleanliness will go from Danum to Cameron Highlands to PJ.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now let's go to the theme for World Met Day, which is climate knowledge for climate action. But let's talk about World Met Day. What is World Met Day?
So World Met Day is a World Meteorological Day. It's going to be celebrated by all the meteorological department and all countries in the world. So this one was mooted by the World Meteorological Organizations. It's I think it's celebrated by 191 countries, which is 191 is the members inside the WMO.
Are we one of the
yes,
members?
Malaysia is one of the members inside the World Meteorological Organization. So this year's theme is what it calls climate knowledge for climate actions.
Right.
So if you compare with the previous year, last year the theme that there was is about the weather and climate engaging youth. So every year, every team will select by this WMO.
Right.
So they will choose the teams and then distribute to all the countries.
Okay.
So this year we celebrate the WM Day. This is our team.
Right.
So the reason they choose a team is based on what's happening
In the
throughout
world.
the year.
Yes.
So when they see there's a climate action need to be done, but we need to know about the climate knowledge.
Right.
So they choose a climate knowledge for climate action.
What is climate knowledge?
Climate knowledge is about the what you call the idea. What is about climate? The whole idea of climate in every country.
Okay.
So because climate is not about 10 years,
Right.
50 years, about 50 years and more, maybe 100 years data. Because to say the climate of each country, we cannot base on 1 year data. Okay? Let's say you want to say, okay, today this year is quite hot compared to last year.
Yes.
So you say it's climate change. No.
No.
So you must see the trend, at least 50 years trend. What
Right.
is trend, whether it's increasing or decreasing trend.
I see.
So there's a need for the climate knowledge.
Okay.
Because for you to lay down your action, you must know the trend.
Right.
So we see the increasing in temperature.
Right.
Global temperature also increase.
Okay.
So if you go to our local temperature at every places also
It
shows
has
have
increased.
increased.
Okay.
But small increase, 1 or
Minute.
2 degrees, maybe 10 years.
Right.
So that is the most important why we choose this theme is about the climate knowledge for climate action.
Right. Climate action. What kind of action that we're looking at with the data that we have?
The climate action is the more toward how we reduce the greenhouse gases.
Okay.
So how we do our mitigation process adaptation, because you know the climate is keeping changing.
Yes.
So every year to 1 year to another, the temperature
That's
is keep on increasing.
Right.
So by knowing this information, so how we want to
Help the
what it calls draft the policy.
Okay.
So we know that the Malaysia is a very good country. We have introduced a lot of what they call is policies, so that the green engine must be introduced, so that we are less polluted the air, because the old car must be out from the road, so that there is
doesn't pollute the
pollute the what call is the air. Even the factory also, even the government now also going into the green building.
Yes,
so that's one of the way how the action we need to take, and then to control the production. I mean the production of the greenhouse gases into our atmosphere.
Right.
By doing this, I think not only in this country, other countries also do the same.
Okay.
Because you cannot do alone.
Yes.
Because this is a global.
It's affecting the world.
Global phenomena.
Right.
So if you reduce your carbon production, by other country not do anything, there's nothing.
Right.
Because the carbon from other country also come from our country.
True.
This is the global effort.
Right.
So the whole country in the
Must
world
work
must work together.
Okay.
If you want to stop the production of greenhouse gases, you have to do this, do this, do this.
Right.
So that's called is a climate action.
Right. And by saying that, I mean, we are looking at working together, especially on greenhouse gases. Are we seeing any changes? Are we doing the right action to make sure that our climate doesn't climb or doesn't increase too rapidly? Are we seeing results?
In Malaysia, yes, we have implemented a lot. I mean, quite a number of policy. Even there some agencies prevent the open burning during the dry season, because you know from the forest fire also we produce smoke, also pollute the air, the air.
Right.
And also the government also encouraging either it's a company or the government agencies to come up with green buildings.
Okay.
So we are keep on building. I mean, construct our dam, because you know dam is very free polluted power generation, because it didn't burn the fuel.
Right.
So compared to other ones, so it's very clean.
Okay.
Clean energy production.
Yes.
So there's one way we are
Helping
going toward that.
Right.
But the other country, I'm not sure whether they are doing the same as Malaysia.
And I guess there would be a meeting for the World Meteorological Day where every Met department from every country would participate. Would that be any meeting?
Yes, the meeting are quite regular,
right?
Especially at the headquarters of WMO itself in Geneva. This issue also they are discussing. So, but the commitment from each country is different.
Okay.
Because if you didn't do your full commitment toward this carbon production, there's nothing we can do. Even as a country itself, we cannot do much on the carbon production to the atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have to go for another short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on this matter right here on Hello Malaysia.
I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Prem Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you.
Catch Bernama Today every weekday from 9 a.m. onwards for the latest news, lifestyle stories, interesting personalities, only on Bernama TV.
Dibelenggu kebankrapan semuanya bukan pilihan. Saya pernah cuba dibantu, namun saya tidak hiraukannya kerana saya merasakan MDI akan bertindak kejam terhadap saya, sehinggalah kebankrapan mula mengganggu hidup saya. Saya hilang punca untuk meneruskan kehidupan. Akaun saya dibekukan. Apa nasib keluarga saya? Selama ini saya menyangka MDI zalim yang membankrupkan saya. Ternyata sangkaan saya meleset sama sekali.
Jabatan Insolvensi Malaysia, bukan kami yang membangkrupkan anda. Jangan takut atau risau untuk tampil ke depan. Berilah kerjasama agar kami dapat membantu anda. Layari www.insolvency.gov.my.
And welcome back to Hello Malaysia with me and Ambon from Met Malaysia. We're talking about World Meteorological Day, and we talked about the theme, climate knowledge for climate action. We talked about services that the department are providing, and what's going to happen throughout the year. I know that you mentioned earlier that an app would be established,
right.
Probably 1 or 2 months from now, is it?
No, this one going to be launched by our minister.
Really? As soon as on the Met Day?
Yes.
Okay, right. So what can we get from the app?
Actually, on this day, on the WM World Meteorological Day, this is 23rd of March, our minister, Yang Berhormat Dato' Iwan Ibin, will be launched one of the apps that I can elaborate more now.
Okay.
So on this day, he will officially launch these apps. So what this app is about is where we can disseminate the warning, all the information, all the weather forecast through the new media. This mobile phone.
Right.
We just use download it from the mobile store.
Can we? Is it for Android and
Android.
Apple as well?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Apple Store and Android.
Yeah.
And
How
Google
you
Store.
do that? You can go to our website. It's www.met.gov.my.
Right.
So there's the way how you can get all this information or all this application.
Okay.
How to use the application. How to get this. Get all the information.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So that is going to be launched by our minister.
Right.
On that day.
Okay. And what else? I think you mentioned there will be some radar will be established.
Yeah. Even during on that day, so we have another program what we call Met Malaysia Bersama Media.
Okay.
That is on the afternoon after the World Meteorological Day. And then we have launched for this application.
Right.
And then the afternoon we have another program what it calls Met Malaysia Bersama Media.
Okay.
So this is some sort like a dialogue session.
Okay.
So we invite media to come, and then there's a discussion. So what you want to know from our department.
Right. Will there be an exhibition as well?
Yes, we have put up a few booths as an exhibition. So we invite a few schools around Putrajaya.
Where is this going to be happening?
In Putrajaya International Convention Center, PICC.
I see.
Yeah, from morning until
so everybody is welcome to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody are invited to come.
Right.
Okay. Okay, just now you talk about the radar.
Right.
Radar is another instrument that we use to monitor the weather.
Okay.
It's very useful because the information that we get from the radar is a cloud. The cloud movement, because from the radar we can animate the cloud and do the animation to the cloud. We can see where the cloud is going to go, whether it's going to increasing or dissipating.
Okay.
So even inside the cloud itself, we can know the rainfall content.
Okay.
So how many rainfall content inside every cloud. So that is most important.
Right.
At the moment, we have 12 radar throughout the country. One in Alustar, and the one is Butterworth. We have in Subang, we have KLIA, one in Kluang, Kuantan, Kota Baru, meaning 7 in Peninsular Malaysia. 3 in Sarawak, we have Kuching, Bintulu and Miri, and 2 in Sabah, is Kota Kinabalu and Sandakan.
Okay.
So from this 12 radar, we see there's not enough, so we have to put more.
More radar.
Because you know the more is the merrier.
Right.
So you can get more accurate data.
Right.
So that in the future plan, maybe by 2020 we have another 5. From now until 2020 we have another 5 new radar.
Okay.
So which we can put up one in Perak, one in Kelantan.
I see.
And then one in Terengganu, Pahang, Sabah and Sarawak.
So this is all up to 2020?
Yes, the plan is up to 2020.
Right. What else is in the plan?
So
for
in the
Malaysia?
plan is what we call is a one district, one AWS.
Okay, what's that?
AWS is automatic weather station.
Okay.
So at the moment,
One district.
one district, one AWS.
Okay.
So we are planning to install our automatic weather station at every district in the country.
Okay.
So this data is very important because from this data we can know what is actually happening on the ground.
Okay.
Because when you sit inside the office, you don't know what is happening.
Right. You only
so
see the
by receiving this
clouds.
data,
Okay.
you know whether there's heavy rain.
Okay.
So what is temperature like? What is relative humidity like in this place?
Mhm.
So the more data that we have, we can easily to get a plotting area
Okay.
for all the whole country.
Right.
So there's a main purpose for this program.
Okay. How about your awareness or campaign, especially on greenhouse gases and climate change?
All right, that is another in the pipeline in this year. Even this program has been carried out from 2007 after we set up our tsunami center. So the program in this year program we plan to carry out about 10 campaign and also 2 exercise. What we call the tsunami drill.
Okay.
So this tsunami drill is we're going to do one in Langkawi and one in Sabah. Because again we choose these two places because they are more prone to the tsunami.
Yeah.
And the campaign we do it almost the prone area for flood.
Right.
For this what we call is extreme
Do you
weather.
do it yearly or
Yearly.
twice, 3 times in a year?
This is a yearly program.
Okay.
In last year also we carried out 10 plus 2 exercise. This year also we have carried out 10 plus 2. But the location we have to choose it.
Okay.
So last year is here, this year is there.
Right.
So not the same location.
Not the same
So
location.
that the objective is to give knowledge to the general public out there.
Right.
So extreme weather. What is extreme weather? What are you supposed to do when there's extreme weather is there?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And we are almost to the end of the program. So if they need more information, where can they go to?
Yeah. Our office is 24/7. You can call us anytime,
Right.
whether day or night, public holiday, weekdays.
Right.
So we can be contacted at 03-7967-8116. That is
Okay.
general line.
Okay.
You can talk to any forecaster if you want to ask about the weather or what is sea conditions.
Right.
So you can talk about anything you want to know about the
The
weather.
weather.
This is 24/7.
Okay.
And also, please be aware that Malaysia is a tropical maritime country.
Okay.
So if you talk about the global warming,
Right.
we have some
affected,
impacts,
yeah.
but it's not like as severe. It's
Extreme.
not extreme like other countries.
Okay.
Because we in the tropic.
Right.
Tropic, the weather is not that much changing as compared to other countries.
I see.
All right.
Okay, so thank you so much for being with us and giving us some information on what meteorological all about. And thank you so much for tuning in to Hello Malaysia. And until we meet again real soon, I'm Surati Sanusi. Goodbye.